Homeschool moms, they're like soccer moms on steroids. If you have been or are homeschooled, you know what I'm talking about. You try to play the role of your mom and the teacher, and it gets really confusing. And it's for your benefit, and I absolutely love being homeschooled. But, there are all those homeschool blogs where the moms get on there and they try to compete with each other to be perfect, and it annoys the crap out of us. So, I wrote down my top 10 list of annoying things. Dear homeschool moms, 1, we are not all smart. One of the reasons that homeschoolers tend to do better on tests is because if you have a gifted child, you want to homeschool them. Because in a lot of public schools, they won't get the one-on-one attention they need, they won't be allowed to skip grades and stuff like that. And that definitely throws off our bell curve. And yeah, if you get expensive books, we will have more knowledge. But where we get our education does not determine our IQ. Just because I'm homeschooled does not mean I'm going to get straight A's in math. I'm an English person. I can't do math. And people's intelligence is in different areas. We are not all going to be gifted. Number 2, we need friends. And I don't mean, well, there's someone in your prayer group or you have 3 sisters. No. We need to be involved in the local homeschool groups, meeting people and having a social life. 4, buying new curtains is not a field trip. Nobody is getting great educational benefit from watching you pick your curtains. You can't say, well, I'm going to take an hour out of the school day and not make up for it later, and I'll just call it a field trip, and that's okay. The History Museum, the aquarium are both appropriate field trips. Home Depot is not. 5, we need to be able to function in society. If you walk around following us, doing everything for us, not letting us have jobs, when we get to college, we're not going to know what to do. You need to let us be independent. 6, you don't need to be supermom. You don't need to get up at 4 a.m., make whole wheat flaxseed muffins for breakfast, dote on us all the time, and try to be better than the other homeschool moms. We don't want supermom. We want our mom. 7, we are not your perfect angels. Just because you didn't send us to the evil public school doesn't mean that we will never say a swear word. We will not disobey you, or that we would never wear immodest clothes. We're kids just like everybody else. We're going to do that crap. 8, do not skip important events. We want to go on senior trip. Get involved in the homeschool group. If they're not planning a senior trip, you plan one. All you have to do is say, my kid's going to Washington, D.C. for senior trip. Who wants to come? A lot of the other moms will be okay with that. Prom. If there is not a homeschool prom in your area, you need to organize one. I know 30 years later you look back and prom isn't a big deal, but it's a really big deal when you're a senior. 9, competition breeds hate. You can't pit your children against each other, So Johnny gets bad grades. You don't then start overpraising Mark and try to, pit them against each other, see who can get better grades. It's just going to make them hate each other. And the most important one, 10, you need a life. We're not the only ones who need a social life. You need to go out to coffee with the other moms. You need to be able to do something other than sit at home and organize. Happy moms make happy kids. You have to do something for yourself. If you're exhausted, malnourished, and totally deprived of social activities, you're not going to be a happy mom. So that would be it for now. If you ask other homeschoolers, there are thousands more, but that's it for now.